Hi guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here with Ben from Radar.
Hello.
And today we're going to be doing a review of the whole season of go-karting. This is round number 1, and in this round we've got me, Ben, Tom and Joe. And
only 4?
Yeah, only 4 in this round, unfortunately. But what did you remember of this? Do you remember absolutely terrible conditions?
Worst race of my life.
Well, basically, I think we were at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was quite late. But this must have been January. I think this is the worst January the UK's ever had. That January.
Yeah. And basically, I think we were one of the last people. It was getting dark, so we had to do a 30-minute race, which for our championship we'd have all these ideas and everything. And for the first race, it was all messed up because we had to do a 30-minute race. But it just meant we did double points.
Can you remember how many times? I think I'd raced twice. I think before this race.
Something like that. Twice or started. Because you started a couple of months before go-kart, and this was like your 3rd or 4th time. And you don't believe this was like Tom's 2nd time going, or maybe even first time going.
Yeah, he was really good.
And I don't know. It's just like.
And Joe just put his foot down as well.
Yeah, look at going off into the distance. And then he goes and goes really wide because he didn't brake. But
this is just is this you, or are we going across different highlights?
We've got different people. We've got me. This is me.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ben on. Well, I'll point him out when we get on.
Oh yeah, because you're wearing your dad's helmet, aren't you? Yeah. He's not racing, and then I'm wearing.
Yeah, and look at this. This is when Job spun it and made Tom go into the wall, and we watched this from Ben's point of view.
So Alex is up front there, and then they go down the hill.
I was like hoping Tom was alright. That was like a massive crash. It's probably one of the biggest crashes I've ever seen.
We slowed up a bit. We slowed up a bit further on.
Yeah, this is when we skip ahead to when to get back racing, and these random guys come onto the track.
Yeah, I don't know why. This is me. Can you see the Converse?
Yeah. So Ben's wearing the Converse. I'm wearing the racing.
Lucky Converse.
Yeah. And this is going up to the top turn. I think this guy's going to spin it.
Yeah.
He
rolled back. He rolled back, so I had to keep going.
Why can't you hold the brake? But look at all the rivers across the track.
The best spin ever.
This is when everyone's coming round.
And then my wheels log. And
look, he just got the heel heads. But yeah, that's pretty much how that ended up for Ben. And
this is you now.
Yeah. So this is this guy. Ben can verify this as well. He was a bit of a
dangerous.
Bit of danger. You can see I'm shaking my head.
He just literally waited up for you every round. I think you got that footage, haven't you, of him waiting when I was trying to get past him. He was literally waiting for you.
And this is you, I think, coming back. I'll overtake Tom here, going for the overtake. Doesn't make it done.
Slows down.
The thing is, in these conditions, you don't want to crash.
No.
What's happened to Tom?
Especially as most of us, except for you, were really quite rookies, I suppose. We haven't been it so long. We just
that I thought that'd be pretty. If you were going any faster there, you'd been flying off down the grass. But it's just weird how you just randomly spin. I think this is me. We come up behind. Yeah, this is behind you, and this.
I think this is the worst weather we've ever had at the overcutting. I think this round.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I
didn't even know you spat out there.
Yeah, because basically he jammed on the brakes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and you locked up.
Yeah. I'm disappointing myself.
So that sort of situation that you automatically just go into a brake really hard and you just lock up and spin.
This is where you got to adapt to it. You don't. Sometimes you're just not thinking straight. And this is where I overtake Ben. A cart stuck in the middle of the track, and Ben goes and cuts me off.
Now I tell you to go through it, and you got behind me because you were already 2 laps in front of me. I think. And then I was just like, "What are you doing?"
I'm so confused. I finally get around.
I just let you go. I brake and let you go through.
This is back on board with me. This is where me and they got Tom and this random guy. And I braked too late there and just crashed into him. So yeah,
nothing happened.
It only just stopped
again.
And this is going side by side with him. It's I don't understand. I still to this day what can I do there? I can't really disappear.
I mean, you got 2 arguments there. He could have seen you and left some room for you, or
I could just back
everyone
out.
could have backed out. But to be honest, in a race, why would you back out?
Yeah. And look,
and it wasn't like he was in front of you anyway.
Yeah.
So
he was 4 laps down. And this is when you were trying to overtake him. He was just blocking to the moon. And Ben just goes for a little spin.
Just wedging between the barriers.
And you got your front wheel stuck over the curb, so you can't get out.
He was so casual, this kid. He literally just spent ages trying to get me, and then he rolls me out so badly, and then this guy spins out.
Oh my god, good times.
That's probably the worst thing I've ever had. He literally just rolled me out in such an awkward angle.
He pushed you back into the middle of the track. And
so funny.
I think this is the end of the race now. Yeah, so the checker flags has been shown, and this guy in front of me has not seen it. It's just charging off into the distance. Then I think they're showing yellow flags here or something. I don't know. There's water all over the screen, so I can't see. But there are a couple of the guys that came on the track that were really right, weren't they? They weren't being.
No, the guy with the black helmet and the silver helmet weren't too bad. It's the guy in the sort of green overalls, the little luminous green overalls.
Yeah.
I mean, the other guys were a bit amped. They were like sort of us, so they weren't really like going for it. But the green guy thought he was better than everyone else.
This is the best moment on the cool down lap. He spun it. And I was happy because I got the win. There you go. And there's the championship.
Round 1.
So Ben ended up beating Job and Tom in that round. And I obviously took the championship lead.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you spotted it. I don't know if you got it in here, but Job like crashed into a whole traffic cone.
Yeah.
Like, stuck there for like half a round.
He like spun out and then like destroyed the track. This is round 2 then, lads. And we got
The weather's cleared up a bit.
Still rainy though.
Yeah, still bad weather. So this would have been February now.
Yes, it's February. And you got my dad, me, Ben, Harry, Tom, and Joe. So 6 people in this round, so that's good. And Ben's got his helmet.
Yeah, got my first helmet I got for 30 quid.
And
it's not a bad helmet for 30 quid though.
No, it's nice. My dad's got the same one, isn't it?
Yeah. Mine's got a red pattern on it though.
Yeah. This is the only time this year we've gone to this track.
I do like this track.
It's
I do like this track.
And
Now this is your dad because I haven't got the sticky thing on it, and your dad's like.
And this ironically is how my dad got pole, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because he spun and then had a massive gap, so he didn't get held up behind everyone.
Hey, he let everyone go here, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't have to. He pulled up.
But I think I don't know. Yeah, I suppose it. He didn't need
I think
to.
everyone was a bit like, "What's happened to your dad?" Because we're all together in a group, and then suddenly he's like, "Oh, and the polo is your dad," and everyone was like, "Okay." I don't know how that worked.
And my dad's like sliding all over the place, like, what is happening?
He's using
mate?
that Mario Kart drifted.
I think. Yeah, look at this.
Oh, that drift.
I don't know why. It's just like, it looked like he has no grip. I suppose you just have, you know, there's like bad carts sometimes, bad.
I think that's one thing that we can't control the championship though. Like every car is
Different.
yeah.
Some are good, some are bad.
Yeah.
And this is race number 1. This is from me. I started 5th.
Oh, screw you down.
And then Ben, you can
Job
see,
and I are the lightest of the group, so we get that quick head start.
and my dad I felt sorry for him here, just jumping from 1st, 4th, 5th. At least he defended from Popenay here. Popenay wasn't actually too bad.
No,
At least he kept it on the train. He wasn't a joke where he just went and crashed into everyone. Which is kind of scary.
You kept it down the outside there, wasn't too bad.
But then you think, my dad's fast this is, so he's showing it in qualifying, so
Yeah.
you thought he would just like fly here.
I really do prefer this part of the track because you can get a lot faster down this straight as well.
It's just
it
fun.
loops around a lot more. It's nicer.
And this is my dad trying to overtake Joe, I think, here.
Yeah, that's Job and
But he
me.
gets sideways, and then Tom goes and slides into him, and then I go and slide into Tom, and I
Yeah,
keep
and
back
then you
past them both. So, a bit unfortunate. My dad didn't actually end up losing a position out of that. And this is at the end of the race, me and you.
Oh!
This is how tight it was at the end of the race. I managed to get past Joe.
This is when I get my Batman cape.
Yeah. Were you like absolutely
Going
pooing
so
it?
fast.
Were you pooing it right now?
What? When I skidded? I knew you were behind me, but I
Yeah.
didn't know how. This is when I was like unaware of how to see
Yeah.
people. As I got better, I also got better with spatial awareness. But this is sort of point where I'm just carried on driving. and
I
still
wanted to
there.
get past so easily. I was like, where do I go through though? So you're faster in a straight line,
Yeah.
just because you're lighter. So, and this is the start-finish line here. Do you remember what happens?
Oh yeah. I slow down and you were just like, oh crap.
I'm like, what are you doing? You thought I was being like, well done.
Oh yeah, I turned around and went like that, thumbs up, and you were just like,
What are you doing? This is the second race. And sometimes we did reverse, sometimes we didn't. Just depended if we remembered or not. It's Joe, such a little sweater.
what's this now?
This is race number 2 of round 2. So really, you're in the lead, and
Yeah.
Joe. The thing is with Joe, he brakes extremely late
Yeah.
and just expects to make the corner, but let's be honest, he never does. And this was
He
the
got
race.
better, though.
This was the race in the middle. Do you remember it in the middle of the race where it just started raining?
Yeah, it was like dry to be moved and then it started raining. Yeah, because the cameras got all fogged up, didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, you can see they got all fogged up.
I think this is my dad. And look at this Joe overtaking.
We got so mad.
Yeah, Harry goes for a little spin, and this is me. I think my overtake on you, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. A little
Yeah,
bit,
squeezed.
a little bit, optimistic. But you're like, it's so annoyed here when you're like going faster in a straight line, but you didn't quite
Get that turn.
Yeah. And you just left me a space. And I was like, thank you. And I think this is the last. Yes, the last bit of the race. And you remember this where we had a yellow flag, Harry was waiting up. He was going incredibly slowly here. I was like, what are you doing
in the track?
I know. He was going.
Look at Popey.
It's like, why are you going so slowly here, Harry? It's so annoying. Do you remember? Yeah, look, we're all queued up here. I'm like, for goodness sake, Harry, I'm going to have to overtake you at this rate. And I saw the checkered flag being ready. I'm like, oh, screw this Pope. I was like, go anything else. And then I think my mum recorded this, and you saw Harry go like, oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. Like, shaking his hand all over the place. But there you go, that's raging out round.
There's the points.
Odd round 2. So, nothing's changed. Both of us scored, I think, 27 points in that round. And
so you'd come first every race so far, and I'd come second every race, and Joe become third every race. Round 3, so this is Will, your dad, Harry, Tom, Jan, you, and Joe. Yeah. So I wasn't in this.
And yeah, this was the first time that you weren't racing.
No.
And, can see, my dad gets so bad start every single time.
So I think the first obvious thing is the weather's improved.
Yep, it's nice and sunny. There's Will, who has been very fast, obviously.
I think I remember correctly, I think I was at a concert when this was going on, because this was March. So.
Yeah, it was my birthday party days. But yeah, this is the first time we went in the dry all year. Yeah. All year.
Good track conditions.
But it's, I don't know whether you notice it, but like everything just looks a bit more bland.
Yeah.
It's just because like everything.
Is that Will?
Nah, that's Pope now.
Is it? Oh.
And that was qualifying. I didn't really want to. There wasn't really anything interesting, so I got pole, and I think Job got second because we're gonna see here. He's gonna sweat it to the outside. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, I was just like wondering where everyone was. Job nicked your
Will,
glove.
is that?
Yeah, that's my dad on the left and Will's on the right. They're exactly the same overall and helmet colours. So, what do you feel on the dry track? What do you think the main difference is between this and the wet track?
I don't know. Just like the bottom corner is a lot easier to take, I think. Like with the wet track, because you can just actually flow into it nicer.
Yeah.
I think the last corner, I think if you ask anyone's like the most annoying corner to get right.
You can't know. I don't think anyone gets it right. So I get past Joe to take the lead.
Because if you go really fast in that corner, you come out very wide.
Yeah. It's just
which obviously you carry a lot more speed. Yeah. But then if someone brakes a little bit early, you can get on. I mean, what I tend to do is like literally whip it out onto that corner and go in, steering quite hard.
I think this is the end of the race here. So that's the first win of round 3 to me. And so I've got pole and win so far. So who's going to win the second race?
Is it the second race?
Yeah, I think this is... No, it's not a reverse again. Oh yeah, it is a reverse. This is my dad on pole this time. Yeah. You can see he just gets such a slow start. I think we're going to see it from my point of view as well, how the start looked. Look, he just goes from first to last in less...
Matter of seconds.
Yeah, before we even get to turn 1, he went from first to last. And that's when you feel a bit...
I prefer being behind people though, like that sort of group, because it's fun to try and get past them.
Yeah. And this is how the start looked from my point of view. It's like he just got swamped by everyone. I think Tom's in the lead here. Could be wrong as he goes through turn. Or is Joe going to crash into him?
I think Tom is in the lead.
Tom got the lead.
I think so. Yep, Tom's in the lead.
And that's how that's ended up over the first couple of corners. But we've got a lot of cars to get through here. And the Pope and that is sliding like there's no tomorrow. And Joe's got past Tom. Harry's got past Tom.
I think we discussed this in quite a few things, like Pope and Out and Joe just get blaming each other for every crash.
Yeah, they crash into each other and then blame each other, and it's like we're going sideways.
So Tom's dropped back now.
Yeah, Harry got up to second. This was actually Harry's best result for a long time. Actually, Harry only did a couple of races. This is when I overtake Will. So I think that puts me into fourth. Harry, Joe, and look at this, Pope and Out rolling back into the middle of the track. Oh dear, Pope and Out, give him the thumbs down. Yeah,
that was controlled well. His grass is quite hard to drive on.
Yeah, you remember when
you see you literally like that with the steering wheel?
Pope and Out is a bit of a danger sometimes.
Yeah, because he drives so slowly.
Yeah, and that's the end of the race, and I ended up behind Joe. So I didn't end up winning that one, but there's the
results.
Or championship round results, whether.
So I've gone dropped down to third now because of that.
Yeah, because you missed a round.
Yeah.
Job's done every round and up to second. Tom's in fourth.
I'm looking forward to this next round.
Yeah. Alright, this is where all the cameras failed, guys.
Yeah. Round 4 is Will, your dad, Tom, me, you, Ryan, and James. So Ryan and James are the new people that have joined.
Oh no. So this was the first time we had 7 people.
Yeah, this was fun.
This was qualifying, and as I said, the cameras all failed for this one, which is a bit annoying. So basically, I think we had my camera for qualifying, your camera for a bit of the race, and
But they weren't charging, were they? That's one of the
No,
reasons
I don't know
as well.
why. There was just because you came around before, didn't you?
Yeah.
And the cameras were just like not
Charging.
charging at all.
Well, actually, you're third, is that? And then
Yeah.
Will second, me up front.
This is only qualifying.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. But
Oh, alright.
I think, yeah. Look, this is when you got to Ryan.
Oh.
You're trying to get around him here, and I just
I was going to go on the outside, then you
Yeah.
went around the outside. I was like, oh, you son.
optimistic lads.
Yeah.
And so qualifying wasn't really too interesting in terms of that, but
No.
we just make sure you get your lap time in. And this was the end of the qualifying stint. And
That's James.
yeah, we got stuck up behind James here.
James is. He
3
did.
miles an hour.
He did drive slowly, but he became a very, very good defender.
Yeah.
Like when he started actually getting better at it.
And this is race number 1. You can see Will's on pole, then me in second, then I think my dad in third.
That's me.
It's
Oh,
Tom
I'm
in
not
third.
wearing the Converse this time. Not wearing the Converse. Wearing the Nikes.
Yeah. This is when Tom was like well fast. Remember?
Yeah.
He was third on the grid, he got second. Then you dived down the inside into someone. I'm like, no, mate, I'm
Yeah.
getting in position. But it's always weird for me to watch me
Yeah.
from like your
Yeah.
point of view. I don't know whether it's the same for you watching. Like
Yeah.
when you see yourself on the screen, but
Yeah.
it's like you're not your controller. That makes any sense. I don't know. So basically, Will gets the lead, then Tom in second. But Tom ended up having a spin, didn't he?
Yeah, very bad one, I guess.
Because he spun and then.
got second to last.
Yeah.
I think, so.
It's a bit unfortunate.
Which is
'cause
best race.
Yeah,
that he
it
did,
was by
wasn't
far the quickest ever been, and it's just unfortunate that like the one time you got a good kart, then you have a mistake. But I guess that's when you got the pressure, haven't you, of people behind you, and you don't normally have that of you a lot,
No.
like near the back. So I think you can see he's sliding there. I'm trying to get around him. I don't know whether it's.
I think I spent most of my go-karting rounds like just literally sitting in the back watching third to first, literally just battling it out and literally just sitting in fourth like what was going on.
And managing to pick up positions when someone crashes.
Let's just scavenge positions where I can.
So this is
And
where I
Tom
dive
goes
down
out
inside
wide.
Tom.
You crashed, didn't you? If I remember, into the side of each other. No, am I wrong?
I can't remember what round. I think I know what you mean, but there was not. I don't know whether it was this round. But Tom goes for a spin at some point. It was down this bottom corner
Yeah.
here. He just went in a bit too fast and ended up spinning. Went a bit close to the barriers there.
I think he hit it. I don't know if he did or not. We'll
But-
set it back if you're interested.
But that's the thing about this track. Like it's a nice track to drive, but there is danger in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's Tom.
And
He goes
there's
for a spin.
I mean, his foot came out. The window.
I think that's where you.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess that's where we did crash into each other.
Yeah.
We went very close. That wasn't where he spun majorly,
No.
I don't think. But that's where he
I
lost.
did ended
that.
up most. Yeah.
And this is race number 2 with the high quality camera, lads. So I think, yeah, this is a reverse grid. So you had Ryan and James on the
But you
front
keep up the
row.
position. So what's
Yeah.
that? You're at the back there, is
Yeah.
that?
So it was
Will's
reversed.
at the back, yeah. So who's
It's just
in front?
so hard to. Oh no,
Me. I
Yeah,
got the front
yeah,
on the
you-
first
it's
bit.
such a
So this is
sweaty
me.
start.
I got the sweaty start, and then this happens.
I think we slow it
Yeah.
down any second now. Yeah,
And
look
so
at this.
I went for a spin.
That's
and
Ben in the middle of the
If
track.
you look closely at me, I panic and call down into a ball. And you won't now. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
look
my
at
god,
that.
guys.
Then you see
And
Ryan and
everyone
think this
avoids.
is it.
Yeah.
Everyone somehow manages to avoid you.
I
That's
don't
why I'm
even
so
know.
surprised. So even Ryan. I don't know how Ryan went
No.
from first to last.
No.
so quickly. But that's it. That's Ryan, guys.
Mine just didn't brake in that corner.
I don't know how you
And-
did this.
And then my epic sprint begins.
You somehow get back to this 5th already,
Yeah.
and you get past my dad.
I'm right
I think,
behind
quite
your
there.
dad.
And you know, that's me. Then at this moment I'm sort of happy because I got
Yeah.
Tom as a bit of a buffer.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I see you going through it. I'm like, how are you doing this?
This is my best race that I've ever raced.
I don't know how you.
I got the
somehow
second.
the second
Got
now.
around wheel. I didn't know how I got around wheel.
Yeah, some of it isn't
Yeah.
captured on here because obviously
No.
they're at the side of the track. And
This would have been so good to have on.
there's James and Tom battling away, and my dad. I don't know how we dropped down there, and Ryan lads. This
I'm
is-
the second
You're
and
right
top
out
three.
behind me. And I think the camera cut out here as well, so
Yeah.
this was just like perfect.
This is
Everything
the back
failed.
three.
Then there's Ryan lads. I had to leave that in there just for the
The back one.
moment. And look, this
Yeah,
is-
that's how close we are.
yeah, and then literally the lap after this camera died of battery.
Oh.
Then-
There it is again, guys, if you want to see it.
Yeah,
In its full thing.
that's how Ben spun.
Look how close your dad is. That Will and James all in a
Yeah.
line there. Look. How are they?
How they all avoided
Yeah.
it, I don't know. But you ended up winning that race from
Yeah.
spinning on the first lap. That was the first lap.
Getting into first.
And yeah, fighting his way through in a
Yeah.
10-minute race to win. It's kind of astonishing, especially as Will was just so
Yeah.
fast. You thought,
Just got past. I don't know how, to be honest. Oh yeah, you got hold it by Tom, I think.
So there's the championship.
That's my first win.
Yeah. No, that's your second win.
Was it?
Yeah, because you won round 2.
Oh yeah.
So that's the championship after round 4, guys. I'm leading. Ben's closed the gap.
76.
And Joe, Tom, Will, my dad, Harry, James, and Ryan down there at the bottom.
Round 5. So this is just you, Joe, Harry, and your dad.
So this was a race, a very weird one, because it was the least people we'd had, and when you have like 5 or 6 people, it's a bit like normal. But when
the least people we've had since round 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had 4 in round 1.
Yeah.
But I think it's just you got so much more things to think about when it's raining as well. And look at this Harry and Joe. They're just like so aggressive against each other. I think my dad's scared here that something's going to happen, but he gets back into lead
through to first.
And
it's very unlikely of your dad to do that. Like he didn't really go for any sort of optimistic moves, did he? Until we start halfway through the sort of, I don't know if you call it season. I suppose
he started a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, he started taking moves like
but there's the opener. I think was it spun around?
I think your dad had like 3 or 4 really good rounds, didn't he? So like 2 or 3 really good rounds.
He got a lot
of quick paces and stuff.
He got a lot of points in round 2. Because obviously he got pole. Round 3 was alright. Round 4 was alright. I'm gonna look at the wrong person. No, round 5. This was his best round though. I think.
Now I think you've moved into first. I think now you're coming lapping Popey now. I think.
Mhm.
And Pope just squeezes you the outside.
So,
Popey sees you and still doesn't do anything.
That's the thing about Pope now, isn't it? He's a bit of a lad. Hopefully Pope has come to the last round, guys, because we're recording this before the last round, and we'll record the last bit of this after the last round. If it makes any sense. So I'm trying to get past Harry here. I think this was near the start of the race. I can't even remember now. Sorry, I was looking up at the standings and Pope spun anyway. So
or Popey.
That's the end of that race, I think. Oh no, that was qualifying. Anyway, this is the race.
So you got pole, that must be then?
Yeah, so I got pole, and I don't know when my dad was in second here. Then I was driving along the grass here. I think. Oh, look at this Job. That's just the typical Job move, isn't it? Just going around the outside and doesn't really care where you are, but it just
goes around anyway.
No, but he's aggressive with his moves, but I guess that's just how he drives. And this is. I tried to overtake Job.
To be honest.
Yeah. I keep trying to find a way past Job, and it's just a bit frustrating because he's actually quite good at overtaking. And look, this
your dad.
That's how. This is when he's like, I need to win, lads.
Your dad just suddenly had this like
urge to win,
burst of just like, I'm gonna win this guy.
And I think he gets past here. He's going. Look at this. I think this is one of the best moves of the year because it's not like Job to like just leave a bit of space, but he sort of made Job leave space. If that makes any sense, and just goes on the defence. I tried to get down the inside of Job here, but
he locks it up so you can't get through.
So I can't get past
your dad.
This is the last. Yeah, this is the last lap of the race. I got past Job. It was about a 15-second gap to my dad because Job was just holding me up so much, and I managed to catch up before the end of the race. And this is how the last lap was.
You're going to be a lot faster than your dad because you're lighter, but not that much in it. Your dad had a very fast car, I think, that day. If I remember when you were telling me. And
he was just so determined to win this race. He's like. He didn't even realise the checkered flag was out. He told me.
Kept driving around.
Yeah, look, that's the checkered flag there. It was really.
He still drives. How fast he drives?
He flies off into the distance. And
to be honest, he deserved that win. He did really well.
And I think this is back in the pit lane. We got a funny moment here. I left this in because it was a bit funny. So my dad's getting out his car after his race win, and once he spins around, he's going to see me. So that's that. That's race number 2. No reverse grid, so my dad's on pole. And
there's you move it, and there he goes. He's dropped back down to last thing.
Basically, the typical start of my dad, and I sort of pushed Job onto the grass, but anyway. Harry being quite aggressive here.
I think it's quite a struggle to win both races because once you won the first one, you feel like, oh, I've got to really win the second one, and you just don't. I don't think you perform as well.
I think you make more mistakes, pushing a bit too hard. Because you had a couple of opportunities to get 2 wins, well, especially round 4.
Yeah.
Well, there's one. I don't know. There's one later on in the season, and both Harry and Job spin out at the same time. So Dad goes out to second, and this is me lapping Job. No, sorry,
Popey.
Popey out. How do I forget his helmet?
Job always goes black helmet.
Yeah, and Harry always goes with the coloured one, and that was
got him. Oh no, he's I was
going to solve with Popey, but that was pretty much it for the race.
Standings.
So as Job does another round, Job ends up going back in front of Ben. As Job, he's done all the rounds, hasn't he? Oh no, he hasn't done round 4. So, alright, so you've done 3 rounds at this point. He's done 4. So, yeah. Anyway, round number 6.
Round 6. Alex, Job, Tom, Harry, and your dad.
Are the
So
drivers.
once again, I'm not in this race.
But you do come back for round 7, 8, and 9. So,
I do come back. Oh, round 10, Alex, Tom, and Chilton.
yeah, we'll see that in a minute. Guys. That was the best round. But anyway, this is Harry and Joe going at it. As you can, I don't know whether you can see it at the top of your screen. Pretty much just crashing into each other.
They were literally just going at it like every single round. I think
it's just like a bit of a brother rivalry there. As Joe goes extremely.
So this is round 6. So this is getting into the spring/summer sort of time there.
Yeah. So what's this? This would be June,
January, February, March, April,
May, June.
June. So this is what literally after our exams. It must have been all during our exams.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember now when our exams were. So there's Tom. I think this is qualifies it. So we're a bit all over the place because we're looking up at standings and stuff as well.
I think we were halfway through our exams at this point because we had a film studies one, didn't we, or something like really late on in June.
I don't know. I just wanted to do this.
Wow.
There are some like you had. Oh yeah, I know. Because basically, just to quickly sum it up, me and Ben work at the same place at weekends, but we work at different days.
Yeah.
So
it's very hard to
make it so each of us get to each round. So I took days off. He took days off sometimes just to try and get everyone
mixture.
But obviously we couldn't do it every round because we don't have enough days to get off. But that's basically why.
Well, enough days to get off and paid.
Yeah.
Getting paid to do go kart.
Oh, the dream. So that's the end of qualifying, I think. Qualifying isn't really the most interesting thing in the world, but
you have to.
You got to try, but you don't need to. You don't need to push too much. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but I think I'm impressing those guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did they come on the track? No.
Yeah. I think they basically go on next, and we have a bit of a break. So this is the first race. Can't remember who got. Pole here. I didn't get pole here. I got 3rd. I saw my dad starts pole again. So I think at this point in the season my dad's got 2 poles. I got 2 poles. Wrong. I don't know. Because the first one didn't have a qualifying, did it? Look at that.
Sandwich in between.
But that's the thing. My dad, as soon as he gets a good qualifying, it's such a bad start. I don't know whether we should do like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Harry crashed into the back of Job, and then Job returns the favour in the second race. So
this is where you bought everyone new gloves. I can see Harry's new yellow gloves.
Harry got the yellow gloves. And this was the last race this is the last round Harry's done. He's sliding all over the place.
June, was that really the last round you did?
Yeah, he hasn't done any of them since. I don't think. Yeah,
he does live in London. He lives in London, doesn't he?
No.
Does he not?
No.
He spends a lot of time over his auntie or something. He said to me.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, he's up in London quite a bit, so he can't get to a lot of the rounds. But there you go, I got past him. And this is when you're a bit nervous because you're like, do I push overtake?
It's quite a dangerous corner to pass.
You don't want to risk it.
It's possible.
Yeah, because I think I overtook you there once, but you just don't want to risk it because
obviously they have to turn in. It's not like like this sort of corner here. Like you can go very out wide. That corner you have to
turn in.
Go in quite deep, otherwise you're going to go right out into the grass. So
this is where I go for a move on Job down the inside. Bit optimistic.
Still get it down though.
Sort of slightly edge out Job into the tyres, but that was pretty much it for this race. You can see the checker flag there. As soon as I get past Job, it wasn't too bad.
Is Tom still going around there?
Yeah, Tom sort of, I think things finished that down. And this is race number 2. And this was one of the funnest races for me. I know you weren't there, but for me it's one of the best races of the season. So you got Harry there, gets an early lead, and Job. Look, watch Job here, guys, in the black helmet. Watch what he does here. He just literally smashes into the back of Harry. And I thought I returned the favour a bit here and sort of pushed Job into the wall. And somehow let Harry just get a massive lead. But so that's that.
Popey got really mad about it.
Yeah, Popey he just rages about quite a lot of things, but he's a lad, so that's alright. But
that was tight there.
You can make a little mistake and end up with the wall. It's not too good. And
it's starting to get that fog again.
Yeah, this is. I think it's when we left the camera. Or it's when it's really sunny and get lots of heat. Yeah. And then it gets in the camera and everything. And basically, my dad ended up getting past me, and this is going on to the final lap of the race here. So you got me, Harry, and my dad going for the win. And obviously this would be a first win for Harry, a second win for my dad, and I think about a fourth win for me.
Yeah.
So we're all wanting to get this win because we want to get points for the championship and everything. But it's looking unlikely because when you're at this point on the last lap, there's just I might be able to get past here, but there's just not really enough space, especially as my dad takes that line all the time. And look, he tries to get past Popey, but Popey
I think out of everyone, your dad takes that last corner the best. I think. I don't know how.
I think he says it varies for him a lot, whether it's good or not. But yeah, thumbs up. And here are the standings. Obviously,
So
Ben
I dropped down a lot.
Yeah, so Ben missing 2 rounds in a row has dropped him down a couple of places, and he's got 3 points ahead of Tom now. Harry's in there as well. Will's there. James, Ryan, and obviously you got us, me, Job, and my dad at the top of the standings. Right, so round number 7, and Ben's back.
Yeah.
So me, Ben, Tom, my dad, Will, and James are people
6.
taking part in this one. So that's alright once again.
Very sunny.
Nice weather, lads. And this is Ben with the
red Converse. Yeah. Have I got my boiler suit yet?
yeah, there you are. He's totally kitted out with the red, even though red rat's green, but you know what. So this is qualifying, and so it doesn't really matter too much about where we are and everything, but Will's gets part. I think this was where Will absolutely sweated it. Can't remember now, but
He doesn't he?
yeah, true. And this is this is one of your. I think this is your most frustrating things, isn't it? Getting stuck up behind James. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, I think this was like. I think it's this round, the next round, you got stuck up behind James a couple of times, and it got you a bit annoyed.
It doesn't frustrate me that James is good at the thing. It frustrates me that I had opportunities that I'm too scared to take.
Yeah. So you don't want to take. You think you don't know to risk it in qualifying.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So they are. It's like he's like
come forward. Stop.
Yeah. Good marshal.
I think like they started doing that half through the season, didn't they?
Yeah.
They started doing that. And I think it was really bad. They kept getting us in the wrong order and stuff. Like blowing the grid up was awful.
Right, this is race number 1. We're going side by side with me, but I managed to get through that. But Will just, being Will and just going off into the distance already.
Well, he is a champion, not champion of this championship. But
He's won his own go-kart championship.
He's just rated, isn't he? He won his own one.
Yeah, he was the only one in it. Anyway, so this is.
Sort of round.
Do you remember that when you were going up, you went over the curb? Like,
So much control of the car.
And my dad. This was from the red flag. Do you remember?
Oh, red flag because of Tom and your
yeah,
James.
look, you can see that there. And
red flag for restart.
Yeah, this is literally just downloaded off my other channel, so that was just in there. So I thought might as well leave it in there. And
that was quite weird. That red flag. So that was our first ever red flag. I don't know if you.
No, I think that was the first ever red flag we ever had. And it's like, what do? You sort of, because you told
worry.
it when you first go, but you sort of think about it. I think my dad just went through everyone. It's like, but you just slammed on the brakes, didn't you? And this is
your
you.
dad carried on.
I remember this race. I remember what it was. Do you remember it? So basically, you get past me any second here, and we've lost a lot of time on Will, so we're going to literally cut ahead to me at the same point. Oh, look at that editing, lad! And so that on board with me now. But my car, this is when I have a loose wheel, so I go over this bump here, my wheel falls off, and I was like grounding along the ground, nearly crashing into my dad. And so that's that. And
which is when you do your Olympic run across the track.
Yeah, there you go. So then I jump into the new car. Will's going past, I'm a lap down already. And I think when you come out the pits there, I think I see you coming out the pits. I'm so slow going out the pits, and you like swerve in front of me. Well, not really. But
we slow legs as a yellow flag.
Yeah. And this is when I had to come in the pits again. I go in like full speed. He's like, calm down. So yeah, I come into the pits again.
Don't you have a conversation with him?
Yeah, I sped it up though. I was like, why did you bring me in? My car was fine.
Because he flipped up the little panel saying number 1 come in or whatever. So you got a new, because they have to keep the numbers on for time reasons.
Yeah.
So and then so now you're 2-3 laps down now, is it?
Something like that, yeah.
So to be honest, this race was a bit of a lost cause for you now.
Yeah. So unless someone had a massive crash, I was lost, which is a bit unfortunate. And this is on board with you. I think you can't remember where you were in this race. I think you were in second, weren't you?
Second, yeah, because Will was too far ahead in first.
And that's just the end of the race there. You would nearly come out to the lap back of James and my dad, but that's that. Race number 2, and they put my laps back on, so I was on the same lap of Will, which I didn't really like, but I still gave myself the points of last place.
Yeah.
So in this round, I got like no points, but.
I mean, that's what we always said about championship, though, didn't we? We were like, it's always about the kart. I think that makes a difference. I mean, obviously driving comes into it, but the kart is obviously quite a big difference. Yeah. So if you have a terrible kart, like Will had a terrible kart in round 3 or whatever, and finished like 3rd or 4th. So I'm in 3rd again.
Yeah. So this wasn't as interesting. I don't know whether I can remember it correctly, but this race wasn't too.
No.
Basically, Will just went off into the distance. Will was just so fast this weekend. I don't know. No one could keep up with him. But I looked to the inside here. Oh no, you looked to the inside of me. And I remember that. I remember looking at it.
You're like, oh my god.
And that was the end of the race there. It's literally just brief highlights.
Is that you or Will up front?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So I think you were keeping up behind me, and then you just lost a bit towards the end.
Points, so I'm quite close behind Joe now.
But you've still done one less round than him. But yeah, then my dad's got up to 2nd, obviously after doing quite a lot of rounds. Tom missed this round. Oh no, which round are we on? 7?
7 or 8 now.
Yeah.
So this is Will's dad is now. Oh god. James, Will, your dad, Job. Job's returned. Me and you. So 7 people. So this is the most we've had since round 4.
Yeah. And this is when 3 people qualified, wasn't it? I don't know whether you remember it correctly, but
God, yeah, I remember it well.
Joe, Ben, and my dad went out and did qualify, and the rest of us sat.
Oh, it's just me and Joe, isn't it?
Yeah, the rest of us sat on the side of the track. I'll have a quick zoom in when we go around the corner here of us standing at the side, just to prove it. And we'll zoom in there. There we are.
The shifty lot in the corner.
So yeah, basically we didn't do qualifying, so we started at the back of the grid, and you just stuck up behind Joe, weren't you? Basically.
The thing is, though, in qualifying, what he didn't get is, so I said to him first, like, Joe, if it's someone faster than you, let them go through.
Yeah.
But he wasn't keen on doing that, so.
That's just Joe, isn't it? Right, so this is the race. This is from me.
That's my first pole as well.
Oh yeah. That's what you said at the start. Well, you said to me near the start. You was like, I want to get a pole this season, and you did.
My first pole.
I mean, it was one of the tougher ones as well, because Job was actually quite good. Yeah. If Job wasn't on full.
I'll get the inside down Job there. Yeah. And you cut out. No, Tom just keeps that.
That's Will's dad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tom's got the same sort of helmet.
Yeah. And Will's just been opportunistic.
In this round.
Yeah. Tom missed this one, I think, because he.
I'm going to say now, Will's dad is probably the most dangerous driver I've ever seen in my life.
I left a bit in for later, so I get down the inside of Will.
And he stuck up my Will's dad, and your dad. Was that Will behind?
Yeah, that's Will next to me. That's Will's dad in front of me. And this car, I was just so slow in a straight line. Look, I wasn't even. I don't know. But I just started diving down the inside of the wheel.
This music playing right now is the Minecraft play thing that we said.
Oh yeah. I can't even remember what song it is.
Sorry, we're subject.
Nearly hitting into the side of Will's dad there, but luckily no accident for now. And then Will, with that, I've got to say, a bit of a risky overtake there. I think he should be disqualified.
Oh yeah.
So this is I don't know whether you remember this. No, it wasn't this. Or maybe I don't know. I think this is when we got past Will's dad. Yeah. Will puts him off a bit here and gets it down the inside, and he tries to squeeze him across the curb. But I managed to be a bit opportunistic, get the move down the inside as well. And this is you. Do you remember this? Your favourite time of your go-kart career? When you were stuck up behind James, he was a lap down, and Job got past you.
Yeah.
You're shaking
your head.
And so that you've lost the lead, and this yellow flag, which was just so silly. Like, why did they need to do that? Will overtook you there, but I don't know. That's just.
I don't think that was his fault though, because he's already coming at quite a speed anyway. So.
So that was that one of your most frustrating races. You remember that?
It was, because I was doing so well defending from Job, so it could have been another possible race win. But it just all.
You got stuck up behind James, and
I think this race as well.
This is race number 2, complete reverse grid here, and
James is up front.
Yeah, James gets to switch to start. I think this is where I cut across you, isn't it? I'm like, I remember I looked back at it and then you were like, "Oh, for goodness sake, why did you do that?" But yeah,
there wasn't any contact though, so it wasn't bad.
Because I looked once, I didn't see you, and then I looked back again, and I did see you. Yeah. appeared out of nowhere. And this is where I try and get past Will's dad. And remember, that's where he hits me.
Yeah.
Do you remember he crashed into
Just
someone,
to clear this up for everyone, Will's dad was very dangerous, alright? He did try and take it, including me. Did you include that?
I think a couple of them. I tried to include all the action that I could find. And this is where I get past James for the lead of the race, somehow, after having such a weird...
James is in the lead because of the reverse grid, isn't
Yeah. And this is
me now?
Yes, this is you. And yeah, James. Yeah, this is from your point of view.
Yeah.
So James goes wide, and I get past him. Then Will and his dad go side by side, and you try and opportunistic here.
Get a fast thing there, and then Will goes out wide, so he gets lost in there.
And I think this is on board with you again. I think you try and look at this. That's where he crashes into me there. And
I'm literally just like, what is going on?
And then back on board with me. This is when I'm leading. And I don't know, this move, I still regret it every time I look at it. Like, he just somehow gets around the outside of me there. I could just brake a bit later.
You did the wheel there, you did have a little loss of control.
Yeah.
But you could have maybe cornered that, but I don't know.
That was Will getting down the inside of me on the last lap of the race. And
here
this
I am.
this is Ben on the last lap of the race, getting past James. And this is your riskiest overtake of the year.
Yeah, just did it. I got so aggro, I was just like, I'm just going to do it, I'm going to do it. And it worked out, so...
Bennett
didn't
got
spin out
past
James at all, so...
Yeah, got past him again.
James was laughing at me at the end of the race. He's like, you finally got me. I thought I was going to do that now.
So that's how
That was my worst race, I think.
Yeah, well, one of the least points you got.
I'm still up behind. I'm still in 4th.
Yeah, ahead of Will. Tom's still there, obviously, because he didn't get this round. Round number 9.
Another short few people, so 4 people again. It's James, Will, myself, and you.
So this is on board with me, I think. I could be wrong.
What's the point of saying you? Because you're literally in every round, so I'm not going.
Yeah.
What's the point of it?
Yeah, so I'm in every round, guys.
Yeah.
I think this is on board with you. I think 'cause you got the white gloves on.
Yeah, because you tilted my camera a little bit higher.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I never know with the cameras because it doesn't have a screen or anything.
So this was what? This must be September now. Is this
something like that? Yeah.
So this weather was still quite warm, if I remember. It was okay. It wasn't too.
But it
cold.
wasn't really sunny.
No.
So that, I don't know. I think these are the sort of conditions I like when it's not, when it's sort of like warmish but not sunny, because the glare and everything. I mean, Ben and my dad got a visor thing, so they're alright. So this is qualifying. So basically, you'll just keep it out from. You don't really need to do anything in terms of defending, because
I think there's always that natural reaction of defending.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to it, but you don't need to.
Sorry guys, just a quick drink break. So this is just you. I think Will's up behind you, but I just, it wasn't really interesting going on. So
qualifying isn't that interesting to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think you need to know.
Did you get out qualified by James? Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So you're bad and unlucky.
Yeah. And then you guys just. Oh yeah, this was my worst kart I think I've ever had.
Oh, I think
the beginning, my kart just didn't. I shunted into the back of you because I was like, what is
Not the
going
first time in a race that exact thing happens. And this is when it happens for the second time, but a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit worse. So look, basically I spin James here because he sort of cuts across me.
Oh, your head!
And that whiplash was just horrible. Well, this is from my point of view now. So
I'm gonna watch your camera.
I spin around James.
Bang!
That hurt my neck, I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't mean to though.
No, you didn't. There's nothing you could have
The
done.
reaction is just.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think another thing for the camera is like you don't know how fast the cars are going from the camera as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think you feel a lot faster.
So basically, at the end of this is the end of the race. So at the end of this straight, you're hitting about 40 miles an hour when you're racing. So this is the second race.
I just don't know how they're doing the grid system.
Yeah. I don't know why we.
So I got second in that race.
That's a reverse grid.
Oh, reverse grid.
Yeah. But basically, James crashed into both of us, getting into his grid slot. And this was it. This was a big race. A lot of stuff happened in it. I don't know whether you remembered it. We were a certain event off the track. So you get a good start. Basically going 2 by 2 into the first turn here, pushing James up to turn 1. And when you're in your situation here, you're just like, what do I do? Because you think, nobody's cut ahead to you. So
I remember my hands getting really when it's cold weather, your hands really start to freeze up and they really hurt. after a while.
And you're just like driving with a numb sensation in your hand. It's like horrible. So
it makes it a lot harder to drive, I think.
This is you, as I said, with your bad car.
Yeah.
You just didn't have any pace, really, did you?
It didn't have. I don't know what it lacked, to be honest. I think it didn't have as much speed as the other karts. The acceleration was just awful. Like to start, you know. I don't think. I think from everyone who's probably watched from round one, even it's like, oh yeah,
this is it.
Bang and back on the track.
I don't know. You somehow got out of that quite fine, but that's quite a big accident for you. As Will's got past me here, I try and go for a move here, and this is where it all kicks off. Try and run side by side, but Will spins me. Just to put it simply, and then Ben comes around the corner here. I'm like, what's happening? So basically, this is for the last step on the podium. So I think at this point we have about 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go, something like that. So
you're just unfortunate.
I was so determined to like go and overtake. Yeah, I think this going on to the last lap here. And what
you can just see the car is just so slow.
What did you think when you saw me spun round?
I don't know what is going on. I didn't understand because
I was battling for the lead, then I was like suddenly just spun around in the middle of the track.
So confused.
It was one of the weirdest races because there's only 4 of us, and you're like, okay.
It's quite aggressive, I thought, that race.
Yeah. Me and Will were having quite a close battle.
Yeah.
It was his last time going go-karting before we went off, so
to uni.
I was like, I've got to be aggressive, got to try and get them win. But yeah, that failed. So basically, I ended up last place in that race.
I'm ahead of Joe because Joe has got very bad positions, I think.
Yeah,
he was in round 8.
Round 8's the last one he's been to, and round 9's the last one you went to. So round 10 was
you, Tom, and Callum.
So
Callum is a newcomer.
Basically, Kaza plays 169 is into is into the lobby. But yeah, basically, Callum can go kart for the first time.
Link not in the description down below.
And basically, this was just so like we waited for 2 hours to get into this. Yeah, basically somebody had overbooked or whatever, and we were waiting around for 2 hours to get onto the track. It's horrible. So basically, we finally got to qualifying, and Callum.
Where's Callum?
He's behind me.
Oh, right.
He was going quite slowly, and it's just frustrating when you wait around for 2 hours and you want to eat on the track, and it's like.
So there's a lot of people missing from this race. There's only 3 of you. I think is that the lowest we've had?
Yeah, it's the lowest we had. You kind of.
Yeah, it is the lowest.
Yeah.
We've had 4, 6, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, and 3.
So we've sort of averaged about 4 or 5. 4, 5, 6, that's sort of that, you know. But we, I can't remember what was happening. Oh yeah, because obviously Will's gone off. I forgot to invite James, so maybe there could have been another person. But this is basically qualifying, trying to get past Tom here. But only 3 of us on the track. There's really not that much stuff going on in qualifying, so come into the pit lane here, and that's that. I think Callum, he enjoyed it, but he had some sort of sickness. He felt kind of bad. So this is the only race due to time restrictions, as you can see. And
so you only paid 20 quid then?
No, we paid 30, but we had a 20-minute race.
Oh, right.
So there's a good chance because we were going to get medals, lads. So basically, good, because Tom hasn't got a podium so far this year. So
it was nice for him.
Nice for him. And this is on board with Tom. I just messed up the camera again. He's got his swaggy glasses. But I don't know, the camera looks kind of cool like this, but you can't really see what's going on front. But he did get into the lead of the race, which is good for him. But
he's a good driver. He's quite aggressive with the steering, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Sometimes when you're a bit too aggressive with the steering, then you can get yourself into spins and like you mess up some corners. Yeah. I think that's the only thing he's really.
Does he lift off here? Yes, he lifts off. Bit of braking,
but
quite fast into that corner.
Yeah, it went quite tight into the corner, which I think is a big. Like if you go, I don't know, you found it as well. Yeah. You always go to the inside. I always go to the outside. It's just sort of.
Yeah, it's very. I don't know. It's very foreign for me to go to the outside. Yeah. I'm not really used to it, and I don't feel comfortable really.
So.
Because you're so used to doing it, I suppose you know where to judge it correctly and sort of thing. So I'm better at judging the. Like I know where to brake sort of late in that going in a tighter corner.
So this is an example of it here. I'm trying to go around the outside of Tom. Is he going to go down the inside? I'll leave him space. He gets the move, but we're gonna. Yeah, he leaves room on the.
Thing, if you go on the inside, you do get an okayish chance to defend, but it's very difficult
because you get slow off the corner as well. That's the only thing. Yeah. And you can see there's Callum. He was in the pit lane there because he rage quit. No, he said that he felt sick, so basically he just went into the pits. And unfortunately for him, he only did like 6 laps, but. I'm not too
Race
sure.
quick.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether you count them as full points or not. I don't know. I've still got something to work out, but
We still competed, so.
there we are. That's the moment where I was the champion. I feel sort of like it's that mood where I was happy because I'd won it, but it's like it wasn't really much of a challenge today. But overall, I still got the championship, which is good for me. And there's still a big battle for second between Ben, my dad, Job, and Tom.
Obviously, Will is excluded now because he won't race.
Yeah, he can't win he can't race anymore, so he's basically stuck on 138.
Otherwise, I think he'd be clear second, I think, or at least
he
would have reached retro due for first.
Yeah, if he'd done all rounds, he would have probably won. So this is round 11. So basically back down to 4 or up to 4.
So
again.
James is also in this race. Your dad, Tom, and you.
Me.
So only one more person, which is your dad, who's turned up.
Just back, lads. So this is qualifying. Now James was he had like a really good kart, and it was frustrating, when you get stuck at behind James because
he's good at defending. You can't.
And I think that's the corner. This bottom corner is the one where he messes it up. And Tom, that was on board with Tom there, by the way. He messes it up, and I go past him there. And this is where I go for the move in. It's only qualifying, but this is where I went for the move down the inside. Nearly lost it, but overall that's that. And
is this October? No, October where this should be now.
Something like that, yeah. So basically,
good.
yeah, race number 1. And I think, look at, you can't get any better start than James. It's just too good.
We each would have liked this now.
Yeah.
At our slot. And
I think we can talk about the last round because we're obviously recording this before the last round, but it might, you'll see the last round in like a couple of minutes in the video, but
not for us.
Yeah. And this is where I get past James the first time, but I don't know. Ben might be coming to the last round, bit uncertain.
I think a lot of people are uncertain to us. So I've talked to like, I don't think both people will come.
Yeah, I hope everyone can come, but that's just how it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully next year I've sort of tried to make it. I've sort of thought about it and tried to make it cheaper in a way. So do less rounds and do less time in qualifying or whatever. So make it like £25 instead of £30 over a year. Probably makes quite a bit of difference. So James got past me, and now I'm going to try and get back past him. This is for the lead of the race, and my dad and Tom actually battling away for third. And that's a bit of a risky move, and I don't know. I felt a bit bad for that. So what I did here is let James. Well, you haven't watched this, have you? So you don't know what's happening. So I let James through here, and. Well, I didn't want to just like let him through in a way. I just wanted to keep up, so I let him through on the inside. So then I went for the cut back here and try and go around the outside, and basically that happens. Ben didn't know that was going to happen. So, basically, I got hit into the barriers here, and this is where I was overtaking because obviously there was a yellow flag out at the top of the track, but there wasn't down the bottom of the track. So I got past James there for the lead. And this is the battle between Tom and my dad for third. My dad is just leaving space, and
it's Tom, always been your dad and Tom.
Yeah, they guys had such a good
yellow
battle.
flag. Your Tom keeps going full speed.
So Tom got through there for third, and that's how the race ended up with me in first, James in second, Tom in third, and my dad in fourth. Exactly how qualifying was. Then we had the reverse grid race, which is the second race. On board with Tom, this one, and my dad gets one of the worst starts I've ever seen. But that's just how he's had to live with it. James, the ultra sweaty start as always, and basically, I get down the inside of Tom here, and basically, it's already the normal results after the first turn. So there's my dad getting past Tom, and Tom's like, "What is happening here?" So Tom,
I'm surprised Tom didn't use his advantage because I thought, James has only been on the track a couple of times, and he's done really well.
But I think James has also got that weight advantage on him. Like he's a lot lighter, so obviously. That helps him. Then my dad goes and slides out, and that's Tom down the inside. And that's third for Tom. And then there's a battle for the lead here once again between me and James. So 2 battles done on the same track, but 2 like completely different battles. If that makes any sense. And this was my move on James. Pretty much the only place I could really get a good move on him was down this bottom corner, and once again get down the inside. And this is on board with Tom.
Third.
I think this is up to the start-finish line here, and obviously just brief highlights. There wasn't really much going on in this second race, but once Tom got past my dad, he ended up in third. And this is the last lap for me. I don't know what my dad was doing here. He just like backed off, and I was like, "Come on!" So yeah, that's how the race ended up for me. I shouldn't have been so silly because James wasn't that far behind me there. But yeah, anyway, that was that.
But you're already champion, so.
Yeah. So this is how it is going into the final round. Obviously me as already champion, but there's a big battle between my dad, Ben, Tom, and maybe Job if he comes to the last round for second, third, fourth in the championship. Obviously Will unlikely to get anything above 5th place or 6th place.
Is it possible to even get second?
For who?
Me.
Yeah, as long as you outscore my dad by 10 points. Because if you get the same amount of points, it's about who has more wins and you have more wins. Yeah. So basically you just need to score more points than my dad in this final round. So here we are then, guys, the final round of the season, and sadly only 4 of us could make this final round once again. It's been a bit unfortunate, the sort of last part of the season. Lots of people just couldn't make it. So basically in this round it's exactly the same as the last one. It's me, James, you can see on your screen there with the black and red helmet, and also you've got my dad and also Tom. So hopefully that's right, guys. Sorry it had to end up this way, not that many coming to these final rounds, but hopefully we'll be back on track next season. I've got to work out a lot of things to try and make the championship a little bit more cost effective for everyone, but I'm really just hoping it will be a good time for everyone because I've really enjoyed doing this championship, and I hope it can be the same for everyone in the future as well. So qualifying wasn't really too much happening. We were doing a different track as well, which was really good. I really liked this track, and it was nice to have a go on it once again after, I think the last time we went on it was February, so a long time since we've actually been on this track. So nice to have a go on it once again. But qualifying was pretty good for me. I was pretty fast, but basically the only person I could see when they were battling behind my dad, James, and also Tom. They're all battling behind, but I managed to keep ahead of them all, but Tom was definitely catching me up towards the end. So that was that. I got pole position. Tom was second on the grid, then it was third, then it was James, and then 4th place it was my dad. So here is race number 1. Lights out and away we go, and we're just hoping for a decent enough start here that we don't have attack from James. You can see there James squeezing down the middle of us there. I didn't realise until the last minute James was trying to go down the middle of me and Tom there, but he had to back out because he couldn't fit the cart down in the middle of the gap there. So for him that was a bit of a risky move, but it nearly paid off for him, but unfortunately it didn't for him. But for us that's good. We've got the lead of the race. Tom is in second, James in third, and then in 4th place is my dad currently. And this is the part of the track where it's just so fun. It's just flat out all the way up here. You got a bit of a lift through here because the track was just a little bit... It's a bit weird. You can take that corner flat out in the pouring rain, but you can't take it flat out in that rain, or sort of the wet track, just because I guess you're going a lot faster in these conditions. And yeah, so now we're just basically just trying to make sure we manage this gap to the guys behind, because we don't want to do anything silly, because otherwise we don't want to end up losing this race. Obviously we're already champion, but there is still a place for 2nd place in the championship being fought out here between Tom and my dad. Basically Tom has to win both races and get pole, so obviously he doesn't get pole, but I think he can still do it. If he wins both races, Tom could still win the championship. If my dad can only do one of these races, for example, maybe he has to pull off, I don't know. That's just an example, but here we are up to the checkered flag here, and we do claim the victory, which means that pretty much I think now that Tom is in 3rd place in the championship. So that's alright for him. I mean, 3rd place would have been amazing when he started the season, because he's definitely been building up throughout the whole season, but Tom coming fast towards the end of the season. And here we are. So that race ended me in 1st, James in 2nd, and my dad in 3rd with Tom in 4th. And here is the 2nd race, and this is the good race. This is an amazing race here. I had so much fun in this race. You see Tom and my dad going side by side into turn 1. And then my dad goes in a little bit too fast and ends up spinning it around. I think he jabbed on the brakes just a little bit too much, and he spun around there, so that's a bit unfortunate for him. And now we've got the battle between James and Tom, and James goes for a spin as well. So in the space of, 3 or 4 corners, I've had to avoid 2 people spinning. So for me, that's not too good, but that's just how it is in racing. You gotta avoid the accidents when they come around you, and you've just gotta keep your head down and keep going. And here we are. This is when I caught up to the back of Tom here. Him and my dad having a battle as my dad is getting lapped here. I'm not too sure why Tom let my dad back through, but he did, so this is how it's ended up here. So basically now just following my dad, and we're just going to try and find a way past here. So Tom, looking to the outside here, he's really cautious about this, because he's leading a race for the first time. He had extreme pace. He was so fast in this race. I looked to go down the inside here, but I was a little bit unsure if Tom was going to pull out, so I slowed down a little bit there. I didn't want to do anything silly, didn't want to cause an accident, so I thought best thing for both of us here would just be to be a bit calmer and not risk the position there. But you can see we've caught up to the back of Tommy at about a 5-second gap. Until this point, he was putting in some amazing lap times. He was pulling away from me. And I was going 100%. I just couldn't keep up with Tom. He was really, really fast. And here we are. Is Tom looking to the inside here? Yeah, I tried to go on the outside of Tom there, but that doesn't work out. My dad pulls to the side here. He said to me afterwards he was trying to get out of the way, but he just couldn't because Tom always sort of ended up sticking behind him. So Tom has always been a bit cautious. He didn't want to get involved in an accident, but he is leading the race here. And if we skip ahead a little bit later on, you will see that Tom, he just pulled out a gap once again, and he won the race. He won the final race of the season. 22 races, and finally Tom gets his first win of the season in the final race of the year. And surprisingly, guys, we had 11 people ended up going for this, or going in this championship, and 9 people ended up winning. So 9 of the 11 people that ended up racing got wins, which is really good to see. The only people that didn't get wins were Callum and Ryan, who both only did 1 round. But yeah, that's it, guys, for this championship. Massive thank you to you guys who've been watching these videos throughout the whole year. I appreciate it so much. And also, I appreciate everyone, all my friends, all the guys that came out and took part in the championship. I appreciate it so much. It's been a great year, and all the trophies have been awarded now. So here are the championship points in the end. I won the championship on 334 points. Then my dad was in second on 167 points. Then in third place you got Tom on 153 points. So he was closing up towards the end of my dad, but he just couldn't quite get it right in that final race there. Then Ben finishes up in 4th place there, 1 point ahead of Will, who's on 138 points. Then Job on 123 points. Then James, after only doing I think 4 or 5 rounds, managed to get 109 points. Then Harry on 71 points. Wilstad and Callum on 20 points, but obviously Wilstad has the win, so he's ahead. And finally, Ryan in 11th place on 10 points. So that's it, guys. Thank you once again for watching these videos. I appreciate it so much. And until next time, it's been Axe, and I'm out here. Goodbye.